Yeah, well, from our perspective, no one in our group has played South Africa for Scotland away from home. So it's a unique opportunity for us. Obviously, the biggest challenge in world rugby, and having seen how quickly they got into their game at the weekend, we were building up to our match, and we watched the first half, and they came out as if they've been playing for the last few months. So they're a team that knows their identity. I think everybody in world rugby knows their identity, and they're very good at what they do, and this will be a great challenge. But as you say, great marker of where we are and where we need to go. Following.
Gregor, you touched on the fact that you guys you've seen the team change quite a lot. So obviously you've done your homework. But how much of a factor does the travel, going to Argentina, then coming to South Africa, how much of a factor does that work into how you prepare for this match?
Well, it's something that our players are more used to in the URC and obviously in Europe to travel from north to south and be ready for a game against the South African club team. We obviously didn't travel from north to south, but it was a long flight and we're 5 hours ahead from where we were a few days ago. But like the players are so good now at recovering, and our evidence is how they train, how they're feeling when we do monitoring or we just chat to them, and they're in a good place. I think they're really enjoying being in Johannesburg. We've got a good hotel here. We've got a nice training facility, and it's warmer than it was in Cordoba, so that's definitely boosted everybody's mood.
Yeah, you touched on the URC. Given that there's 9 players in the Bulls or in the Bok team that featured for the Bulls this season, which Glasgow players would know very, very well. Does that make your life easier or more complicated?
Yeah, I think probably more complicated given that we're playing at Loftus. And for them, the opportunity to play at their home ground for their national team will be a massive boost. And we know how strong rugby is in South Africa, the depth, and also the power of the jersey, that green and gold jersey that players will play even better or much better than they play at club level. Our Glasgow players have played against the Bulls recently, and the Bulls did very well in that semi-final. So yeah, we know whatever Springbok team we're coming up against is going to be one of the best in the world, and they're just showing every time they play that they are the best team right now. And whatever 15 goes out there or 23, you know the type of rugby they're going to play, and it's very effective and it's getting results.
Last one from me, the change that fly off. I mean, obviously, South African teams have got a specific way of playing, but change that fly off. Do you think that signals a change in approach?
No, I don't think so. I think the way the South Africa play, I think they'll be well. I like to think that how we play will factor into their preparations and how they can impose their game. But Andre's obviously played a number of times in that 10 jersey. He's won a lot of games. There's been a lot of winning teams for South Africa, and he's playing at his home ground. So yeah, we felt that change might have came. This is an opportunity to test the depth and give other players opportunities, freshen things up. That's what we'll be doing over the next 2 weeks as well. So yeah, we know that's a quality midfield we're going up against this weekend.
Thanks very much, Greg. Much appreciated.